was my big dog, walking big talk, young veteran, living legend, better than go on. We're not in the pulpit, I'm a big bull in this element, yeah. Said you gon' pull up and settle it, yeah. I've been married to this hustle, this is my brain, watch out, stepping it, yeah. And I ain't even got it on, but I'ma get it here, watch out, touchdown. Pulling plans out the clutch, everybody getting crushed, the cush down is for us now. Have to work something, cause I had nothing in my pocket, yeah, I did all that. Big plans, partners trying to make profits, yeah, I been pull up and settle it, yeah. Ain't got it on, but I'ma get it here, watch out, touchdown. Pulling plans out the clutch, everybody getting crushed. I'ma get it here, watch out, touchdown. Pulling plans out the clutch, everybody getting crushed, the cush down is for us now. Have to work something, cause I had nothing in my pocket, yeah, I did all that. Big plans, partners trying to make profits, yeah, I did all that. Work sweating, tears breaking, even no wins, yeah, I did all that. Had to make it happen, putting hours in my practice, I did all that, yeah. I can't take no loss, yeah. I don't even know what it costs, yeah. I hit the ground, then I go off, yeah. Hit the
A sunny-ish Sunday afternoon awaits, and we've got a round 10 clash from the NPL Queensland competition coming your way. Hello everyone, we're quite literally on the ground at Nudgee Recreation Reserve for this match between Brisbane Roar and Brisbane City. James Coughlin back in the commentary booth once again as these sides face off for the second time in 2025. Quite a bit has happened since they made the trek to Bundaberg on the opening weekend of February to kick off the Kappa Pro Series, where the Roar won 2-0 on that occasion. And as we approach the midway point of the league season, City will be hoping they can gain some revenge for that fixture that wasn't decided until the final 10 minutes, while the Roar will be eager to build on a strong showing against Gold Coast United during the week. Let's run through the lineups for this match as the sides are getting ready for kickoff, starting with the Roar. The goalkeeper is Sam Flannery. Number 30, Quinn McNichol. 31, Noah Maironi, who will also captain the side. 33, Eddie Ince. 34, Luke Neuenhoff. 36, Asim Sehovic. 37, Forbes Porter. 41, Adam Shaker. 42, David Russell. 47, James Durrington. And 54, Christian Naveen. 3 changes from that win over Gold Coast United. Shaker, Russell and Neuenhoff come in. Leonard Adwell and Ivan Ozzie will go on the bench, and Marcus Ferkranis not involved at all today. Meanwhile, for Brisbane City, they are unchanged from their match against Lions during the week, the rescheduled Brisbane Classico. The goalkeeper, Josh Langdon. 3, Bilal Sadozai. 5, Mirko Crociati, who will also have the armband. 6, Scott Halliday. 8, Ollie Plasnan. 9, Kai Tapaldo. 10, Jakub Mudnik. 11, Malachi Love Samira. 12, Masahi Yokiyama. 14, Noah McGrath. And 15, Kai Bolton. They are coached by Peter Gaffney. So it is the Roar going from right to left on your screen as the sun sets on the far side of the pitch. Brisbane City in their traditional light blue jersey and white shorts with the white numbers. We'll make do with what we can over the next 90 or so minutes. Our referee for today's game is Zach Keenan, and with the blast of that whistle, we are underway out at Nudgee. And Mr. Keenan is assisted by Connor Evans and Jackson Davis, with Oliver Randalls as the 4th official. Naveen with the throw-in as goes all the way back to Langdon. And City will launch that one long, but the Roar happy to deal with that one. There's a key man for City on the ball now as Bolton finds himself dispossessed by his one-time teammate Noah Maironi. Turned over, and now Love Samira with no forward options. Forced to send it back to Crociati. And switch the play over to the far side. Bolton will go to battle with Shaker. And let's be honest, after another wet week here in southeast Queensland, we're just happy to have any games going ahead. Love Samira. Can only find Sahovic. Roar have brought out the big guns in central defence today, quite literally, with the lanky figures of Sahovic and Neuenhoff. Kai Tapaldo, a more than worthy foe for the two of them. Porter breaking out the quick feed as he'll cut back inside. Well, get the right-footed cross in, and it's dealt with by City as they clear it away. Only as far as the base of the Raw midfield, and a heavy touch allows Love Samira to knock that one clear, and Sahovic comes across. For Naveen, who's one of only a handful of Raw players to feature in every match for this side so far this season. Eddie Ince, who gets dispossessed and is back on the ball. Ince, one of the promising youngsters coming through the Raw setup. So promising, in fact, he was reportedly offered a deal by Swindon back in January 2024. And Crociati positions himself well on that occasion. City to defend in numbers. Mudnik dispossessed. For Naveen as a rule, once again working the channels down this near sideline, and Porter unable to control that, and will come off second best from that contest. And Samira is knocked over late by Maironi. And that switch of plays off target. Flannery, one of a number of players to make the move from Brisbane City over to the Raw players and coaches. It's probably the more apt description. As Carl Dodd brought over some of the promising youngsters he coached in his time at Imperial Corp Stadium. Winning 30 of his 61 games in charge, Carl Dodd, before he was succeeded by Peter Gaffney in July. And free kick going the way of City, much to the surprise of McNichol. And the flag has gone up against Tapaldo. Here is McNichol on the turn, driving into the City half. It's a ball through, and there are options ahead of Durrington, but he can't get it out from under his feet quick enough, and now it's going the other way through City, finding Mudnik in the middle. And the Raw back in possession. And they'll look to build it out from the back once again. Levine straddling the sideline and just keeping that one in. Unfortunately, Maironi unable to replicate that feat as Love Samira will take the throw in quickly. And McNichol sticking a foot in to win the ball back as Sadazai is a long way off his line. Out of the defensive line, I beg your pardon. And no way through. Love Samira, who is operating as a wing back almost. The central defensive trio of Plusnan, Sadazai and Crociati. Crociati will scamper forward and again just a bit of a loose pass as both teams still look like they're getting their radars fine-tuned in the opening 9 and a bit minutes. Passing not quite as sharp as either coaching staff probably be hoping for. And Russell, see double deflection before he's able to bring that back under control. Shakes off one attempted challenge, can't get by the second. Bolton will just thump that one forward as Ewenhoff slides in and leaves his mark on to Paldo. And he's just checked on by Zach Keenan. And now the City training staff will come on. This will be the 23rd meeting in all competitions at NPL level between the Raw and Brisbane City. First meeting all the way back in round 7 of the 2013 competition at Walter Park when the Raw, then known as the QAS, falling to a brace from Antonio Murray for Brisbane City. This has been a rivalry that is dominated by Brisbane City. 13 wins from 22 matches, leading 44-28 in the goals tally as well. And there is some real concern being shown for Kai Tapaldo, who has stayed down, and it's not an easy thing to do to get him to ground, let alone see him stay there, as he's coming off a season with Gold Coast United. 8 goals in all competitions for them. And while Tapaldo remains down, and City will likely have to bring on a much earlier than expected replacement, and definitely not what they would have been hoping for. Tapaldo goes to the sideline. Keep an eye on that City bench on the far side, as we'll see if that change is in fact necessary. And pressure being applied To Porter as he plays it back now to Naveen. Naveen there in the Raw, enjoying a slight edge in possession in these early stages, but not quite as dominant as you might expect just yet. As Porter tries to get in behind Love Samira and can only go through the back of the 22-year-old. And Porter might have thought he had the edge for pace, but Love Samira hit the afterburners. And now at the other end of the pitch, Love Samira finds himself in space to play the cross in, trying to find Yokoyama, but no such luck. And Porter drilled that one towards Mayoroni, who did his best to bring that one under control. Now we have a corner for the visitors as we approach the quarter of the hour mark, and a City player is down in the box. And we'll have a retake as that was Shaker involved in that collision. As keep an eye on the left side of your screen and put that one down to a false start as Shaker back marking, I believe it's Sadazai. And actually, we're going to continue to wait because the ball had made its way to the other side of the pitch, and now we've got it back. And here we go now with the in-swinging corner as it's nodded away by McNichol. Played straight back in, diving, headed to clear it away by Sahovic. Crociati has stayed forward as he'll now give away the foul, and quick raise of the arms in apology. Nico Crociati is in some decent goal scoring form, especially for a defender. Scored in the Upper Queensland Cup on the 30th of April and a round 3 catch up in the NPL against Gold Coast United 2 weeks ago. And he had a third for the tally this afternoon. We'll wait and see. Naveen driving ball in. Trying to pick out Russell, but to no avail. And City happy to clear it away. Al-Dodd quickly getting it back for the player to take the throw in. Sadazai taking it away from Russell and looking to play the 1-2. Sadazai in position to deal with that one, however. McNichol will... Oh, I think that might have been a miss hit, but it almost could have gone down as a shot on target, forcing the diving save out of Langdon, as we'll check the replay. And McNichol... Well, maybe he did try to catch out Langdon, who is certainly proven to be adept at dealing with those. Chances few and far between in the opening 18 minutes. Crociati nods that one clear. And quick little cut back as Tapaldo helps that one on its way, but with no City players more advanced than him, the Roar will be able to take it back. Ince going to link up with McNichol as the cloud cover comes over and the offside flag goes up against Quinn McNichol. Yokiyama trying to get away from Ince. McGrath. It's it over for Sadazai, who almost got caught in possession, and Russell opted to leave it for McNichol to play it in first time, and a sliding challenge just took it away from the on-rushing Maioroni, who's already scored against his former club this season. Scoring an 87th minute goal in that Kappa Pro Series clash. Now Love Samira going onto his right, getting the driving shot away and the sliding block from Sahovic. And this game's starting to open up just a little bit. Another corner now coming up for City. The in-swing delivery. This one closer to Flannery, but there's a raw play there to not it clear. Halliday going back post and unable to crane his neck to get that one going in the right direction, and it goes for Flannery to take the goal kick. This is one of a trio of round 10 NPL matches coming up this afternoon. And this place pass from Love Samira. And Zahovic dispossessed by Mudnik, and body position from Ince is able to earn the foul. It almost backfired in a big way on the Strikers Academy graduate, Asim Sahovic. He did also make a number of appearances for City last year. Now here go the Raw through Russell, getting the shot away and saved well by Langdon. And Crociati is there on the rebound. And the first proper chance of the game goes the way of the Raw as Russell tees up McNichol. Gets a return ball. Clever touch to get it on that right foot. And were it not for the intervention of Crociati, Porter would have had the goal at his mercy. Long thrown into the box, and it's allowed to bounce before Sadazai knocks that one clear. Ince can't get to it ahead of Yokiyama. Bolton leaping into the air to get that one first, and now he gets the return pass. Bolton trying to find space to just get it away. Neuenhoff up to the challenge. As we hit the midway point of the first half, starting to see a few more chances get created. The cloud cover now over the pitch. Might be worth a check of the radar, which, touch wood, will remain clear for the next couple of hours and actually hopefully for the next few days. So the pitches around the area can start to dry out and we can get a few more matches played. A few clubs and players starting to get a bit fidgety with the continued rainouts, which unfortunately not a whole lot we can do. Mother Nature, just like Father Time, undefeated unfortunately. And Russell gets called for the foul on Halliday. Much to the frustration of the signing from Kingscliff Wolves. David Russell is another player who's found his goal scoring touch now that the calendar is flicked over to the month of May. Scored 2 goals in the last 2 weeks against St George, Willawong, and then most recently against Gold Coast United in that commanding 5-1 win. Well, the good news is, I think for the time being at least, Tapaldo is looking like he's going to be able to continue as he committed that foul on Neuenhoff. McNichol is watched very closely by a trio of light blue shirts. Clever ball from Yokoyama to get it out to Love Samira. Tapaldo wound up on the ground. Love Samira might opt to go himself and fires it across the face of Flannery's goal. And Tapaldo just getting a talking to, and looks like the decision might in fact be a corner, as we'll see if there was any sort of deflection on that one on the way through. Didn't see it, but Zach Keenan just a little bit closer to the action. So I'll defer to his line of sight. In goes the corner, and it's behind by Russell. Safety first. And you can see the corners starting to stack up for the visitors. Short corner taken this time by City. As playing towards the near post, finding Bolton, who was in an offside position. So that attack will peter out, as City will not be able to convert on their best chance of the game with that strike from Malachi Love Samira. And Porter will skip past Halliday on the first attempt, and no such luck on the second. As the former strikers man will win that battle, and Maioroni gives away the foul. Getting up, protesting that decision. Is, as mentioned before, one of a trio of NPL men's matches this afternoon. At 4 p.m, 2 more games. Lions will now host Gold Coast United after that fixture was reversed. And we'll also have Penn Power taking on Olympic. Big games in the past between those two. And no way through. Sadazai in that instance as Myeroni will chase back, eventually covered by Durrington. Is round 10 of the competition, but we do have a couple of games to catch up for both of these sides. Well, Samira again skipping past Naveen as Christian Naveen is going to have a very long afternoon at this rate with a tough matchup against the Cup specialist Love Samira. Switch of play over to the far side. Finding Porter has got two players in the way. Deflected behind by Halliday. Myeroni teeing up the cross from Porter, and well read as that's not clear as we'll now look to work something down the far side. Cross from deep, and Langdon with enough time to get out and claim that one easily. Myeroni trying to work the high press, but City able to just play it out. Did Love Samira keep that one in? He did not. And as quickly as they're all got the ball back, they give it away off the throw-in. Woodnick switching it over towards Bolton. Clever work by Halliday to get the ball back for Bolton, and on the follow-up to Paldo will not score an easier goal. It's a strike from Bolton, was deflected right into his path, and City take the lead on the half-hour mark. And it was hit with such power and direction. There was not a whole lot that Flannery could do about that one. So Kai Tapaldo getting his 7th goal for City this season, 4th in the NPL. And about 15 minutes after shaking off an injury concern after a strong challenge, Tapaldo gets on the score sheet against one of his former clubs. Scored 2 goals for the Raw against Brisbane City back in 2020 in a massive 7-1 win for the Raw side. And now can the hosts strike back as Yokiyama is fouled by Porter. Naveen skips inside away from Halliday. Ince asking for an option and unable to get it to Russell before he was tackled by Plusden. Maironi hits that off the second touch. Porter, he's got Langdon off his line, but the ball does not hold up, and Langdon will gratefully take that. No Dean Henderson moments here. And Naveen is just bounced off Yokoyama. And now it goes for Tapaldo. I beg your pardon, Bolton. McGrath gets it out wide. And that would have been a very, very harsh handball. I suppose you can't blame City for at least trying, as that goes out for a throw-in. Free kick going the way of City, just on the raw side of halfway. Maironi just issuing some instructions. His teammates. Woodnick plays it just a little bit too far in front of Bolton, and Ewenhoff is there to cut that one out. Just getting that one away, and now the Raw looking to launch some sort of attack. As Russell can't find a way past Crociati, and now a little bit of frustration perhaps creeping in for Russell, who has been up against it. He's making his 4th start of the season in all competitions, David Russell. There for Crociati. To Love Samira, who is fell by Maironi, and that is going to be the first yellow card of the game for Maironi, as we'll check the replay. And not a whole lot he was really able to do. Love Samira just that little bit too quick. So that is a 5th yellow card of the NPL season for the Raw captain. He did pick up 2 in round 1 against Penn Power, as that header is not going to cause too many problems for Flannery. City sitting back in a organised structure. This pass from Naveen, who is not having his best game so far, it has to be said. It's part and parcel of having a under-23 side. We'll ride the highs and lows. Malachi loves Samira. His direct opponent is one of his better games. We know what he's capable of. Malachi loves Samira, the City junior, who was briefly with Penn Power. Coached by John Cosmina at Terrace, and here he is trying to chase that one down. Just kicks that one away from Flannery. Down it goes, this near side again. Love Samira this time looking to turn provider. Switching it all the way to Bolton at the back post. Porter comes short to provide an option. And Maironi will now switch it all the way over to that far side with Shaker. So look to tee up Durrington, who's made the run, but unable to keep that one in. McNichol now going to work. Sadazai read that one and was able to react to concede the throw-in. And Russell trying to pick up the free kick. No such luck. And Langdon will say, let's go long, as we have 3.5 minutes of normal time remaining, but we may have some stoppage time to play after that break for Tapaldo's injury. Shaker on the far side, forced to go back to Neuenhoff. City happy to just let the Raw pass it around their back four with Tapaldo. Anyone really applying any pressure? Yokiyama will play it through Neuenhoff. Flannery over for Sahovic. Ince. Quickly closed down by Mudnik and Yokiyama, but he's able to get the pass off for Maironi. Here's McNichol looking to get more involved in this one. Quinn McNichol all the way through as City put a couple of players on him every time he's on the ball, well aware of the danger that Quinn McNichol possesses, and that is not the most dangerous of strikes. Won't be adding to the brace he scored against Gold Coast United during the week. As that one didn't quite sit for a clean hit. And Langdon is now just asking if he can source another football. Shaker watched closely by Bolton. Now the press is coming from Okayama. Shoulder to shoulder, but is called a foul as Sahovic winds up on the ground. Myrone's pass. We find a City player, and now the visitors will look to break on the counter-attack. Love Samira, he's gotten in behind Naveen again. Love Samira, will he drive or look to square it? And it's cleared away by Neuenhoff, and City threatening late on in this first half. Love Samira, I thought he might have actually gone himself, but perhaps not wanting to dribble. Sahovic and Naveen with the tackle off the short corner, and Yokiyama takes the young fullback down on the edge of the 18-yard box. Quick free kick taken. Oh, it's a loose pass, and they could be punished here with Bolton. And Brisbane Roar living very dangerously. There's the free kick by Myeroni. He's got picked up now. Here is Myeroni again for Porter. With Russell the only one in advance of him. Now McNichol back for Shaker. What about the deep cross? Darrington with the fast footwork. He'll take the shot on from range. And it goes wide. Did it get a touch from Langdon? It appears not. And City will have a goal kick as we are now in first half stoppage time, as the action is starting to pick up in the final few minutes before the break. Crocciati. Just go route one, looking to utilise the pace they have, and Yokiyama unable to get past Sahovic. Naveen will earn the foul as Samira had a arm across. Shaker chasing that one down into the City half. McNichol, forward options to his liking. Go sideways and work it over to the left. Naveen with Porter looking for the space for the cross. Finding McNichol from the tight angle, and Bolton brings that one back, and that will be the final action of the first half. Brisbane City deserving 1-0 leaders thus far. Noah Myeroni, the only player into the notebook. And that is pretty much all we have to report from the first half here at Nudgee Recreation Reserve. We're going to step away for a few minutes and be back with the second half.
In 2014, when ISIS attacked our country, we faced a lot of trauma. ISIS took me and my family, and they killed a lot of people. Thousands of people are still missing, so we had to leave. We had no choice. Me and my family, we were with ISIS for 20 months. We just had to leave, we had no choice. My cousin and my sister, they sent someone over there to help us escape, and he came with a van, just like a small van. 31 people, we all got into one van. It was very hard, we were all over each other. We drove lights off so no one can see us in that village. We were just hoping to get to a safe place. We were just telling ourselves, they will see us, they will find us, because ISIS were everywhere around us. When first arriving in Australia, obviously new country, new place, new life, I felt like I was a newborn to this world. It was very hard for me. I didn't have any friends. I didn't know where to go. I couldn't speak the language. That was probably one of the hardest things for me. I felt lonely. Later on, I told myself, I just have to get up and I just have to find somewhere. Find friends, just go on street, walk everywhere, find people, talk to them, even if I don't know how to speak, just keep working hard. So I started school when I arrived in Australia in 2018 at Harristown State High School. One of my football academy coaches, he told me, Yashin, you should become a referee. And I was doing a few school games and picking up the flag and running the lines, and he told me, there's a course here in Toomba if you want to do it. Woke up that morning, should I do, should I not, should I do it or not? I just had to make a choice. The course was like starting at 9 o'clock and I broke up at 10 o'clock, knocked on the door. Hello, who is this? I've registered, sorry, I know I'm late, but I want to become a referee, I want to do this. Once I started the course, obviously, that moment changed my mind. I was telling myself, why did I have to not to come here? Why did I have to be 1 hour late? Changed my mind, absolutely. Changed my life. I was feeling safe there, sitting by 25 people around me, talking to me in a very nice way. I was very excited. Refereeing 100% helped me to become more confident and building leadership. My life has changed a lot. Before I start, just the biggest thing is you have to look professional. We have to trust ourselves, believe in each other when we are making a call. If you make a call, just be confident, just make it, okay? We need to believe in each other as well. We are a team out there, we need to look professional and have a good game. Sounds good? No worries. Let's do this. I'm feeling more comfortable, more safer. I've met a lot of kind people. They always help me and support me. I absolutely love refereeing and it changed my life. I really enjoy it and I don't do it for money. I just do it because I enjoy it. I do it because I have a lot of people behind the scenes. They help me and support me.
What makes Sully Sully is probably just, how energetic he is, how hard he wants to work for what he wants and everything like that, He fights hard for who he cares about and what he likes and what he enjoys. So when you get in Sully's close bubble, you really get to see him grow as a person and how much he enjoys hanging out with people and doing different things, no matter where you are. You always have a good time with Sully.
I think it was like 2 years ago. I was standing up just there, and I was my friends, Nat and others who were sitting beside me, and they were telling me, will we see you one day repping on this pitch? And I told them, yeah, maybe, hopefully. And see, here we are now.
Yeah, true, maybe.
Here we are. So since I've become a referee, first year, I just keep working really hard. And I won an award the first year. On my second year, I got onto the FK Academy for 2 years. And then after that, I won the referee of the year in Darling Downs. And I refereed the Darling Downs Grand Final and went to the National Youth Championship. So big steps for me. And obviously, I want to keep growing and keep building that trust. And I'm always confident when I referee. I take every opportunity that I've been given, and I always take it no matter what opportunities I have. And I definitely want to go further. I want to become an A-League referee one day. I know it takes time. It doesn't matter if it's tomorrow, 1 month later, one year, 5 years later. I want to keep building my trust and confidence and get there. One advice I could give to people is never give up. Just keep working hard. Life is hard, but you have to work hard for it. Don't give up no matter what you do. Just keep trust in yourself, keep building trust in yourself. Take opportunities and do it, because if I've done it, I know how it feels. It was very hard for me at the beginning. I've done it, I know I can do it, I know others can do it as well.
How do I finish this time? One straight off.
Industries is proud to be the official shelter and grandstands partner of Football Queensland. Felton offers a range of premium aluminium grandstands, from elite portable spectator seating to soccer team shelters for players and coaches. Give your fans the best view of the game with Felton's comfortable spectator seating. With sun-safe shelters or powder-coated in your team colours. Whatever your club needs, Felton has a high-quality, low-maintenance seating option to suit. We are the pioneers in Australian-made grandstands and team shelters. Contact Felton today on 1800 834 016 or visit felton.net.au.
saved himself.
Whoops. I meant to do that.
Yeah, 20 minutes.
Oh, wow.
20 minutes plus. We got 12 or we left about 6. So no.
And then if an emergency comes in, you're like upset and it just kept going. It's like,
No, well, no, it just was private, so it was like, he was third, that's it. It's sitting at 3. But, fucking preparation, you're in one room, then you move to another waiting room, to another waiting room. Then it was only one parent, you know, like,
how was it? Yeah,
could have
that's
told
why
us that.
Stockholm went down and then
So I went for a massage in the city somewhere, I was like,
was there any happy endings with that one?
no, it said on the door.
Do you know the same thing happened to my brother?
Yeah, not with it.
My brother Sean, it's not my brother Sean was hurting, so we went to somewhere like this side place where and same shit happened when he did his massage.
Boys, water bottles all full.
Walk yourself down the step there, I'll go down the back. Can you help him? Welcome back, everybody. It is time for the second half in this NPL Queensland Round 10 clash between Brisbane Roar and Brisbane City. Kai Tapaldo's 31st minute strike is all that separates these two sides. And we are all set for the second half. It is the Roar in their orange and blue kit going from left to right on your screen. No halftime changes that I'm aware of as yet, although we'll confirm that as the second half goes on. Can tell you there is a tactical tweak, however. Adam Shaker appears to have swapped with Christian Naveen. Two fullbacks on opposite sides. Naveen had a tough first half trying to close down Malachi Love Samira. So now Shaker will get his turn at doing that. Myeroni to get that one right, as he was the only player shown a yellow card in the first half. Now Naveen getting the ball back from McNichol. And he stepped on the ball and lost his balance, and McNichol a bit late in that challenge on Bilal Sadazai. Youngster Sadazai, who's enjoying an extended run in the senior team. His third year at City. He made just 9 senior appearances prior to this year in all competitions. Now he's up, well, today is his 14th. Mudnik moving up in the challenge. Bolton trying to get creative to up his teammate Jakub Mudnik, who did spend a brief period of time with the Raw NPL side. And he's also turned out for Capalaba and, most successfully, Gold Coast Knights. Pass unable to be directed towards Forbes Porter. And down goes Shaker as Yokoyama trips him up. Ince keeps it moving out for Naveen. Over it goes for Shaker. So no Pearson Kasawaya for the Raw this afternoon. He's the nominal left back, also with an A-League men's debut to his name back in round 13 at Melbourne City. He's not in the squad at all today. Russell, the loose pass is pounced on by Yokoyama, and behind it goes, despite Neuenhoff sticking out a foot. I did mention in the first half this was meant to be a triple header of NPL action, but we have had a game lost or postponed this afternoon. One of the 4 p.m. kickoffs between Penn Power and Olympic at AJ Kelly Park was postponed after the referee's pitch inspection. And it's the second NPL men's match to be postponed, with East's Gold Coast Knights last night also set to be completed at a later date now. The game that is going ahead is Gold Coast United Lions out at Luxury Paint Stadium. That is a misplaced pass from Forbes Porter. Porter is quick to react to that ball. Now he's got to try and find a way around Crociati, and you can see what he was trying to do, but unfortunately for him, so did Scott Halliday. And Mayoroni tripped up Yokoyama, and I feel like any time Mayoroni is involved in a challenge now. There might be some nervous breaths being taken on the Raw bench after his first half yellow card. Naveen through for McNichol to play the cross, but no luck picking out Russell. For those sorts of crosses, you do wonder if Ivan Aussie on the bench is going to be the better option. Ince taking the ball in midfield. Myeroni forced backwards by the close attention from McGrath. Made 15 appearances for the Raw side last year. It's Porter again with the cross, but can only find the head of Satazai. Myeroni keeping the move alive. Now looking to tee up Durrington. Deflected off Satazai. Now Bolton battling with Naveen. Getting by Ince, and he's continued the run. Just waiting for the through ball, and Flannery will thump that one clear. And I did actually just notice Niall Tom now playing for City. And there he is on the pitch. Likely replacement for Tapaldo. Dodd on the bench for the Raw, taking on his former side. One that brought him back to the Sunshine State. There is Kai Tapaldo on the sideline, making his way back in club polo. So his afternoon is definitely done. There goes Myeroni. Play through for Russell, but Plusnan got that one out with aplomb. Ince takes it over the halfway line. So it's to go left. And Crociati again standing firm in the box. And no way through for Porter. So Porter is one of a handful of Raw players to feature in every match this season. He, Naveen and Flannery played in all 12 matches now. Myeroni we're near a teammate. Ince. Not sure if he meant for that to be a touch to bring it under control or a first time pass. Either way, it's there for Russell, and he'll fire it in from a tight angle. Did that cross the line, or did Langdon make the stop? Oh, it was close, and Russell will now try and tee it up, and a moment of chaos in the box. We'll take you away from live pictures just there. And how did Langdon keep that one out? On the follow-up, it was off the post. And that is the best chance the Roar have had. Now we're back with live action. City going down the other end of the pitch. And Langdon's special save. That's what stopped this game being even, and oh, so close, off the post again. So a chance at either end, both sides wondering what's happening. I wouldn't be surprised if a few of the viewers are wondering that as well. And Crociati thrown to ground by Maioroni, who's asking the question of Zach Keenan. Love Samira driving into the box, get past 3 Raw players, and he'll get the shot away. McNichol puts his boot through the ball. Sadazai only head it to Porter. Maioroni waiting for an option to present itself, and eventually it's there for Porter if he can find a way through Plusnen, but the lunging challenge from Sadazai cuts out that attack. And Naveen with the ball and all tackle. And now eventually McNichol took a touch on the way through and just took enough sting off the cross for Sadazai, but no City player following up the clearance. Maioroni loses possession. Halliday out for Love Samira. Neuenhoff hands it over for Shaker. Naveen slides in, takes the ball away from Mudnik, but the deflection eventually sees it back at the feet of the City number 10 over the head of Tom. And with no wide player out there for City, Shaker is able to bring that one back under control. Cutting it back and just a bit too much on that pass. Is it there for McNichol? And Crociati just pokes it away. And we'll have a change coming up now for one of the sides. Shaker and McNichol, Naveen, and on comes Ivan Aussie. A trio change it looks for the Raw as Maioroni is fouled by Niall Tom. So Leonard Adderwell also on in 32 for the Raw. Started it right back against Gold Coast. And Ivan Aussie will be leading the line as the shadows lengthen here at Nudgee Recreation Reserve. Russell skips past the first couple of challenges and tries to thread the needle to no avail. And Durrington wrestled to the ground by Yokoyama. Durrington playing it quickly. Back for Myeroni. Attewell to Porter. Left-footed cross into the box and trying to pick out Aussie. It was just a step behind. And that cross was coming down. And Myeroni is going to have to watch himself. He's had a couple of fouls called against him in the second half. Sahovic just gets that one away. Okay, Kerry might also be on that far side. Bolton gets that one back. Oh, a high foot, but Bolton just goes straight through on that occasion. Durrington does well to pick that one away. Shirt pull. Might have been an advantage played by Keenan. That is Cade Kerry on. And Russell goes straight through, but it's play on. Ince commanding header now. Aussie back to goal and tugs back on the arm of Halliday. Former Lions man who actually marked his starting debut for Lions back in 2023 with a quick fire brace in that edition of the Brisbane Classico. Now Aussie going through in the box. He's knocked over by Sadazai, but Keenan unmoved as throw in eventually finds Myeroni, whose heavy touch is picked up by City. Niall Tom using that lengthy frame to his advantage. And Langdon with Aussie closing him down, and Aussie goes straight through Langdon, and that is now kicking off as Aussie has clearly gotten under Langdon's skin. He was not too impressed with that one. Langdon remonstrating with the raw forward. Now he's getting a talking to from Zach Keenan saying, your first and last warning. I think Langdon is getting told to calm down. He's getting a little bit heated between the sides in the last 5 or so minutes. And another foul against Myeroni, and that is, by my count, the third foul against the Raw captain in the second half, treading a fine line. Rudnick will launch that one towards Flannery. Ewanoff looking for an option to pass it to, and he finds Aussie, who had to really stretch to bring that one under control. Crocciati used all of his experience there. And he hits it first time out for Russell, who's shifted into a wide role with the departure of McNichol and introduction of centre forward Aussie, who is firing it straight into Langdon. The flag had gone up for offside, though. And not a whole lot of arguments about that decision. Relatively clear cut. It goes for Adderwell as that cross is overhit. And more changes coming now, this time for City, as Zach Rossi is going to have about 20 minutes to play his part. And just in the background, Paldo has that left knee strapped. And Rossi will replace Scott Halliday. "20 minutes to go." As one thing we can say for certain, Bolton has had a great afternoon. His stinging strike is what set up the lone goal of the match. And also, the streak of these sides having never played a 0-0 draw will continue. 23 meetings, and there's been at least one goal scored in every match, and Russell was hoping to add a second. In the background, City Supremo Football Director, I believe is his correct title, Jake Goodship, who was also the youth coach and then W League head coach for the Brisbane Roar. One of the many ties between both of these clubs. And a tug back with no advantage accruing is going to see Kerry eventually called for the foul. And the City bench, I think, just asking, was there actually an advantage played? so happens, 3 of the prior 6 meetings between these sides, dating back to match day 1 of the 2023 Kappa Pro Series, have finished 1-0 in favour of City, including back-to-back matches, well, head-to-head matches anyway, to kick off 2023. Jason McQuarrie scored the lone goal in the Kappa Pro Series match. Matt Thurtell, a 94th minute winner in round 1 of the NPL. And last season at Imperial Corp Stadium, Malachi Love Samira's 16th minute strike was all that separated the sides on that occasion. And Porter goes down. I'm not entirely sure there was enough for the free kick there, but the Raw doing everything they can to find an equaliser. And down goes one of the City players. Watching that right leg. And another drinks break coming up as we have a stoppage for an injury. Chance for some last minute tweaks. 17 minutes of normal time remaining. And a quick score update from Luxury Paints Stadium. Luke Beckwith has put Gold Coast United up 1-0. Running through some of these head-to-head stats. So 3 of the last 6 prior to today have finished 1-0. City have kept 11 clean sheets, winning all 11 of those games. Raw have only kept 2 clean sheets in that time. Both were wins as well, including that match up at Martins Oval in Bundaberg. It feels like an eternity ago, but it was just on the 1st of February. As that sun is eventually setting behind those trees. So therefore Langdon to deal with, however, down that end of the pitch. Out for the cross from Kerry towards the back post, but Sadazai clears it away, and that is going to be a foul and yellow card for Leonard Attewell. As he felled Masa Yokiyama. Two yellow cards in this match, both for Raw players. As we said, it hasn't been the smoothest of starts for Peter Gaffney. He got thrown into the fire in a big way, taking over for Carl Dodd last season. But it does seem like things are starting to pick up for him, and this will go a long way to erasing the bad taste as Neuenhoff sort of cleared the danger there as he and Flannery got their wires crossed. A long way to erasing the sour taste from Tuesday night. Up 3-1 after 34 minutes. 3 second half goals from Lions. I love Samira. Can he produce a moment that will seal this game for City? As Neuenhoff in the way, otherwise Tom would have had the tap in. And that is too high for Tom, who is apoplectic in the goal mouth, asking, why wasn't that played straight to me? Oh, just getting a little bit too cute, trying to play it out of their own end. Speaking of, back to live pictures now as the Raw once again trying to play it out of their own end. Aussie, he's got 3 City players around him. He'll play it off for Porter, who's found a bit of space. Russell in support out to the left. Porter will take the... Well, it'll go down as a shot. I don't know if he was trying to just tee up Aussie on that occasion. As mentioned, it is starting to pick up now for Peter Gaffney and Brisbane City. They did lose their first 3 fixtures in the league and were knocked out of the Kappa Pro Series in the pool stage by the Raw. Raw finishing second in Pool D. Brisbane City third. However, in amongst all the postponements since the start of March, City recorded back-to-back wins over St George Willawong and Penn Power. Draw with Gold Coast United. And more changes coming now for the Raw as on comes Caleb Butler. As he will replace Forbes Porter. That young player, Carl Dodd, is putting his trust in. Raw have 11 minutes and change to find an equaliser as Aussie will thump that one back into the Raw's half. Here is Butler looking to swing in a beautiful ball to tee up Darrington, whose touch just couldn't keep it under control. Read by Kerry now, here's Myeroni. Butler is felled by Bolton. And the Raw get a free kick in a favourable attacking position. It's a little bit too far out for a direct shot as we see on the replay. Myeroni has the decision to make with Darrington for company. James Darrington will take it. He made his A-League debut in round 22 away to Adelaide United. Sounds like Myeroni's will be coming sooner rather than later. Adderwell battling on the edge of the 18-yard box, just looking for a bit of space. Darrington will step up and he'll take the strike. Can't get it through the wall. And City will hoof it over the halfway line with Tom going to battle with Kerry, just waiting for a bit of support, and deflects it off the Raw fullback for a City throw-in. And Yokiyama Masahi, it's like he might be coming off. I think. And it is Masa Yokoyama, replaced by Mark Galindo. And another loose pass. As City be feeling pretty good about their position right now, despite it only being a 1-goal lead. Been rarely threatened by the Roar, as their defensive setup has been resolute and well organised with that back three of Sadazai, Plusnan and Crociati. And the best chances on this match have been weighted towards Brisbane City. Malachi Love-Samira with a good chance in the first half. Oh, going close to an equaliser in the second, hitting both posts. City hitting the post as well in the second half. In terms of clear-cut chances, not all that many. Adderwell can he play that over the sideline? Mayoroni still not afraid to get into a tackle. Ince trying to get it to Russell. Galindo wins it back. Tom back for Galindo. Goes Satters up, and it's all a bit of back and forth at the moment. Rossi. And eventually it's the up and under towards Aussie. And Satters, calm as you like, nods that one back to Langdon, who will happily take it and run as many seconds off the clock as he is allowed. Aussie waiting for Langdon to roll it onto the ground. And Neuenhoff with no chance of playing with his feet, nods it back to Flannery, and here go the Roar again. Darrington finds himself in a pocket of space for once, and that space is quickly closed down by Rossi. Making his 6th league appearance of the campaign, and all 6 have been off the bench. Zach Rossi. This is where the experienced heads at Brisbane City become incredibly important as they to help their side see out this match. Well, there are a number of senior players in the late 20s. Peter Gaffney not afraid to trust some of his young starlets as well. It's all youth for the Roar. Russell, he's had a whole lot of luck this afternoon. And that frustration coming through in that foul. Galindo closed down by Butler. Able to get the pass away. Sadazai Past that first challenge. Can he get by Durrington as well? He has. Bilal Sadazai. For Tom as he tries to tee up the strike, and that took a touch on the way through. A great run from Bilal Sadazai teeing up that chance. He skipped past a pair of Raw players and just kept going, and the touch did come off Asim Sehovic. Looping ball over the top of everybody as Russell and Tom watch that as it goes out, and just waiting for the flag from the assistant, and it is a throw-in right in the corner. Myroney quick to get that one back. Here is Durrington. Galindo over for Love Samira. So we'll give Tom something to chase, a little bit too much to chase in the end as Kerry battles for possession with Rossi, and City get the ball back after that coming together. Myroney finding out a well. Is there late drama to come in this game as Sadazai heads it away? Now Tom away through Sahovic, who thumped that one into the trees behind the field. Might need a spare football. You feel as though the Raw might be very quickly trying to retrieve that second football. Love Samira to take the throw in. And goes across for City, looking for Bolton at the back post. And Flannery will take. Well, it's now or never for the Raw. And one final score update from that Lions Gold Coast United game. Gold Coast United now up 2-0. Butler, no way around Sadazai. Adderwell picking up the loose ball. Heavy touch from Adderwell, and a dangerous tackle by the City defender. See if we can catch that one, as entirely sure there was a whole lot of contact, and throw-in is taken. Russell is muscled away. Langdon dives on the loose ball. And just a reminder, once this game is finished, we've got more NPL Queensland action. Gold Coast United against Lions. That is closing in on half-time. And then coming up during the week, we've got round 6 of the Kappa Queensland Cup. You know, the Marlin Coast Rangers will be going through to round 7 after winning the regional final on Saturday night. And Tuesday it is Logan Redlands. Moreton City hosts Olympic in the one of the headline ties on Wednesday. Penn Power and Lions will face off at AJ Kelly Park on Wednesday night before renewing that rivalry on Saturday night in league action. Brisbane City will be hosting the always tough Coomera Colts And Bolton with the clever move, and he will show a yellow card for Leonard Attewell, and that is a second booking, and Leonard Attewell has been sent off. So we'll see what the replay tells us here. And, oh, that could have been a delayed reaction. There was contact, and a pretty poor look from Kai Bolton going straight to Zach Keenan asking for the yellow card. And either way, that is the decision of Zach Keenan, and the Raw will finish this match with 10 players. So 2 yellow cards for Attewell. As he becomes the fourth, I beg your pardon, Raw player to be sent off this season. Galindo to take the free kick, and can't get that one up and down. And changes now coming for City as Jack Waldock comes on for Love Samira. And Nathan Beagley for Kai Bolton. So some changes to grind the clock down. Sadazai launches it up into the air. Aussie battling, but fresh legs of Beagley leap the highest. Controlled by Tom. Myroney not giving up the cause just yet, and Crocciati just gets in the way. And a frustrating afternoon for the Raw as they could not break down City defence, and Tom is cleaned up by Sahovic. A whole lot of subtlety in that one, perhaps a bit of fatigue. Free kick taken quickly, but as Keenan says, let's wait for the whistle. And City, well, they don't have to put this one into the box if they don't want to. Goes short as Myroney tries to close it down, and City will expertly just recycle this one over. Galindo. Beagley. And the match will finish with just the one goal between the sides. Brisbane City 1-0 winners over the Raw. And the visitors gain just a modicum of revenge for that Kappa Pro Series defeat, for whatever it is worth at this stage, as City's uptick in form continues. That is now 10 points from their last 5 league matches. And now they turn their attention to Kappa Queensland Cup action against Coomera during the week before hosting Sunshine Coast Wanderers next Saturday for the Raw. They will travel to Goodwin Park to take on Olympic next Sunday. That's going to be it from Nudgee Recreation Reserve. I'm James Coughlin. Thank you very much for your company this afternoon. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday, and we will see you next week.